Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. This is now the 18th of the first spreadsheet, once again from Rocket. Obviously, Post will slow down for these spreadsheets just because that most of the tier 1 teams have been announced. Obviously, we're just waiting for basically EG, Koi, and Vitality to announce some roster changes, and maybe Talent as well. But other than that, it's going to slow down a lot more. So don't really expect a lot of changes coming up for the for the spreadsheet. But obviously, we'll first have with the Americas. Then Americas, I mean, there's no changes, so that doesn't really matter. Still nothing on them. EMEA, nothing as well. Pacific also nothing. And very quickly, it's all on China. So in my last video, I mentioned that all these teams like Evergaming, FPX, Billy, Trace, basically all these guys I'm circling around, all of them basically have announced their roster, and I kind of covered it a bit in detail on all the changes. Now, as soon as I posted my last video, all gamers, Titan Esports Club, and Wolves, all of them announced their roster. So that kind of annoyed me, but it's okay. So luckily, we get to talk about it now. So I guess we'll first start off with all gamers, and the roster includes Dell, Bunt, Sword 9, Spitfires, and Monk. One thing to mention as well as X3B. I don't know why there's a hashtag there, but X3B I'm guessing might be the 6th player, might be just on the reserve, while Ego will be the head coach. So this is kind of just like, this is basically just Attack and Soul Esports mixed with like a bit of Rare Adam, Edward Gaming, and where did Dell play? I think 17 Gaming, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of just a weird looking roster. I don't really know what to really think about this roster as well. My guess is probably gonna be a mid-pack team in my opinion, maybe at the bottom end of the midfield. I don't think they're gonna be as bad as like Wolves or Tyloo, but this team could maybe surprise. Maybe they have some good talent. I think Delb's pretty decent. Spitfire's had some decent moments. I'm pretty excited to see how Bunt and Monk go because I thought those two were pretty good when they play for Attack and Soul, and it'll be interesting to see how Sword 9 goes, considering that I think the whole of last year he was a coach for Ever Gaming, so he's basically had a full year of not competing professionally and just being a coach because he actually used to play for K1, that basically the second best team in China back in 2022. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And having Ego as a head coach is a good choice. He is a pretty decent coach, so at least that's a good sign there. Other thing is was Club, I'll quickly go mention them because they haven't really made a lot of changes other than they've actually added Kauai. So Kauai, he's still going to be on the lineup. It's just that the reserves of XCN and 8, both of them will be off the team. I don't know who's going to be starting. That's the main issue. I don't know who's going to be starting. So my guess is probably going to be like Arbo, RB, maybe Black, Lockham, and then maybe QE, but I'm not really too sure. I think maybe Kawhi might be maybe the 6th player, or even Shameless as well. I have no idea because they have this weird 7-man roster, which I don't know why China are really doing this, but they are for some reason. And obviously, Three Water, he's staying on as the head coach, while York will be the assistant coach. But I generally have no idea who is starting. I don't have any information, no idea. You probably just make up your whole mind. But my guess is the roster which I think is going to be playing is probably going to be like Arbo, Black, Shameless, RB. I think maybe Lockham. I think Lockham might be playing except for QE, so that might be the 5-man. But if that's the case, it's still a mid-pack roster. I don't really expect too much from this team, I'll be honest. Just mainly just a mid-pack team, maybe around the 6th to 9th region. That's probably where I'm guessing Titan Esports Club is probably going to be, but obviously I might be wrong. Obviously RB, he's a phenomenal player. Be interested to see how Lock M, Shameless, Black, Arbo go, because I think when they played in the X3 they were alright. I mean, they had some great performances. I think they made it pretty far as well on into the playoffs, or I should say through the bracket. So they were definitely a very capable team, but it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I just need to also say it as well. This team was also the first team to actually really play ISO competitively. So they definitely have some great ideas. I just want to see them mainly in 2024 this year as we get into Tier 1 for China in partnership. And the final team is Wolves Esports with this weird looking roster. Now, I think the 5 men is probably going to be Spring, Coldfish, Plex, Aluba, and Uricore. But they also have these 3 other reserves. They have Baby Blue, Sia, and FFS. This is just a weird looking roster. Like, you do really need that many players? Like, seriously? Do you really need that much? I think that's 9 players. I'm pretty sure that is... Sorry, that's 8. 8 players. It's still a weird roster, like, weird roster. I mean, like, mainly, like, teams will be aiming for, like, around, like, 6. That's like, most likely. Or even 10 if you really want to be bold. But having 8? And having, basically, 2 duelists of Spring and Baby Blue, 2 initiators of Coldfish and Plex, and I'm pretty sure both of them are going to be on the same roster, and 3 controllers with Aluba, Sia, and FFS, and having 1 Sentinel. Okay, it's weird. I don't know how they're doing this. I mean, having Nate is decent, Jungle DSL. He used to be a coach for Tales of Easton. And then obviously we know that Spring he used to be from Nip. Coldfish used to play from top. Plex used to be from Team Weber, not Billy. That's my mistake. Uricore used to be part of Attack and so Esports, but for like Baby Blue, and these other 3, Aluba, Sia, FFS, and FFS, all of them they are actually from Monarch Effect. They are the 4 players from Monarch Effect. Weird roster. I don't really know if those 2 are going to make any are going to have any play time, because I mean, as you can see here in this graphic, FFS, Sia, and Baby Blue, all of them are at the very bottom while the rest are at the top. So I'm guessing, my guess is that these 3 are going to be the subs, which is most likely the case, and then that's going to be the starting roster. I don't see, and I'm guessing maybe Plex, I think maybe the IGL for this team. Because, I mean, he was the IGL for Team Weber when they were playing. So I'm guessing he might be the IGL. But it's just a weird looking roster. My take on this team, or where I think this team is going to be, mid-pack at best. I think maybe around the 7th to 9th region, I think this where this team is going to be. I don't really have a lot of faith in this. I mean, they have some great pieces. Spring is a phenomenal player. We saw that from Nip. Uricore, he's great. Obviously he has played on LAN before and internationally as well. Pretty sure when he was with FPX for a time, and then Plex. I mean, I may be a little biased because he's Australian, but he wasn't. He was just alright in Team Weber. Coldfish was also not too bad as well. I'm pretty sure when he played for Tyloo and Top Esports, but I'm skeptical on how Aluba is going to go. I probably am just saying his name incorrectly, and I do apologize about that, but I'll be interested to see how this team goes. I think this team is definitely going to be a team to watch out for, just because of just the weird plays that they have, and how they're going to be utilizing the reserves as well, Baby Blue, Sia, and FFS. And, I mean, it's good to have, like, a Hong Kongese player, which in the Hey Big, you and Flex and all 3 of them are there for Hong Kong, but it's good to have a Macau player, though. I'll say that, it's cool. But I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna get a lot of playtime, to be honest. So it's just like, all right, sure, but yeah, it would be very interesting though to see how that goes. So now I'd like guys to like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me. I'm probably gonna make the China my tier list for China first probably, and then we'll also go into Pacific, EMEA, and Americas at a later point. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.